welcome back to our social media app with FastAPI. So in our part 1 previous video we had done the auth module. Now we'll look into the post module, and I've already created these files, so we'll, without wasting any time, we'll jump directly into our models. So we'll define our database models here. I'll just import from SQL Alchemy. I'll import column, integer, string, and also foreign key I'll need, and table I won't be needing for now, and date time. Okay, and most probably I'll need relationship as well. And from my database, I'll import base because base is required to create any database model. We'll inherit from base. And we'll go to class post and base, and we'll define the table name, which is gonna be our posts. And we'll come to ID. ID is going to be our primary key, and it's going to be integer. I'll define one index over it. And what else do we need? Content, some string. You can just relate it to some Instagram post. We'll need one image. We'll have just one image for now. And string, and this is actually a URL to the image. And what else do we need? Okay, we'll take location, which is again string, and then we'll created date time, which is going to be our date time, and the default we'll set. I'll import date time from date time, and this is going to be dot now, right? And what else do we need now? um, Likes count, yeah, that would be good, just to keep track of the number of likes count, which is going to be integer, and default is going to be 0. Yeah, like that. And what else do we need now? And we'll have one relationship, and before that we'll have one author ID. Yeah, author ID, that would be our foreign key to the user, right? The user that we created in our auth. So this will be our integer, and this will be a foreign key, and we can directly give the table name, that is going to be our users and dot id, like that. Okay, and what else? Author, I'll also have a relationship with author, relationship, and the table is gonna be, the one thing is, here we need to give the class name, right? Not the table name. So for the class name, one thing is I can import it. So I'll import it from auth models import user, and here I'm going to give it like auth.models, and like that I'll give user, right? And we'll also give back populates, and we'll create this field in our auth table, um, model, and this is going to be our post, right? So what we'll do, we'll just, this is going to be a relationship. So this is going to be a relationship, and this is going to be where we'll just import it from and post dot models import post, and we'll just give in here. I guess even if we don't import, that would work fine, and we'll just put it post dot models dot post, and back populates is going to be author, right? So this is where the author is, and this is our post, right? And what else do we need now? Is there anything left? Hashtags, I guess. We'll take one hashtag. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll create one class hashtag just to keep track of all the hashtags that user is putting, and we'll have one table name to it, which is going to be hashtags, and after that we'll have an ID, which is going to be integer. Also is going to be our primary key, and we'll have an index on it, and we'll have the name of the hashtag, that is like hash fun, like that. So we'll have it string, and we'll also define our index on it. Yeah. And what else, like we'll have to make some relation between hashtag and post, right? So the relationship between post and hashtags is gonna be many to many relationship. So we'll just import our table here and we'll create our association table here. So association table would look something like post hashtags, and we'll create this table and we'll have the name of it, post hashtags, and what else, we'll pass in base.metadata because that is required to define any database model. And what else do we need? Now we'll define our columns. Column first one would be our post ID, for which post we are defining the hashtag, and this is an integer, and this is a foreign key to our post.id. Now the next one is going to be our, again, this is going to be a hashtag ID. Now this is again integer, and this one is going to go to our hashtags.id, and this is a foreign key to it. Yeah, like that. So we have created our association table, and so we'll define it in both our post and in my hashtag. So hashtags is gonna be my relationship, and this relationship is with my hashtag table. And I've already told you, when we are defining association table many to many relation, we need to define secondary, and we'll pass in the post hashtags here, and we'll do back populate, so which is going to be my posts, and this post has to be defined here. This is going to be a relationship with my post, and for post, and what else do we need? Secondary we will define, which is going to be my association table, and the back populates is going to be the cross one, that is hashtags, this one. Yeah, like that. And we can also define our liked by users relationship. I think that would be required here, right? So what we'll do, we'll have one for liked by users, and liked by users is also going to be a many to many. So for that also we'll create one association table, and I'll name it as post likes and table, and we'll name it as post likes, and we'll pass in base.metadata to it, and we'll also pass in the column first one is going to be our user ID who likes the post, and it's going to be integer, and it's going to be a foreign key to my users.id. And the next one is going to be my post ID, which post is liked by the user. It's going to be integer again. It's going to be a foreign key, and then it's going to be post.id, like that. So liked by users is going to be a relationship with the auth dot models dot user, like that. And this I'll also pass in the secondary, as this is a many to many, which is going to be post likes, and I'll also pass in the back populates, which will be like liked posts, and this I'll need to define in my user, right? And I need not import it. I think, yeah, that will work fine, but I'll need to create this in my users. Yeah. So liked post is going to be a relationship to my post dot models dot post, and I'll just do back populates, and which is going to be my uh, what was the table name? Table name was liked by users. Liked by users, and also I forgot, we'll need to import this secondary. Yeah. So instead of post, I'll import my secondary one, and the secondary table was post likes, like that. And this is going to be secondary post likes, like that. So this is pretty much it for our database models. I don't think we need to create any more tables in it. Now I guess we should move on to the schemas. And fine, we'll go on to the schemas and we'll define our schemas for that. Okay, so we'll import from Pydantic, import our base model, and from datetime import datetime. And now just for the hashtag, I'll define one. Hashtag is gonna be easy, which is gonna be ID isn't and name is string, like that. And we can define one for post create. When creating a post, I'll need these thing. And what do we need? Content, which is gonna be string or none, like that. Okay, I'll also import from typing, import optional. If you're using Python 3.10, then this would work very fine. And this is going to be string and this none. Right, content and image is going to be string. This is required. And location will have, location is going to be again string optional and like that. Now we'll have one post which is going to inherit from post create. This will be used for our response model. This will take one int. This will show us author ID and this will also show us likes count. And what else? Created date. Yeah, like that. Created date it would show us. And we can even have hashtags, or I'll not need it for now. And we'll have class config. As I've told you, when we are converting from our database model or more database object to our identic model, we need to turn on this, right? So I guess we're done with it. We are done with models. We're done with schemas. Now we'll move on to our service. And in service, let's see what are we gonna have. First, we'll have to create hashtags for post content, right? Or we'll directly have one. First, we'll have a create post, right? Okay. So first of all, I'll just import from sqlalchemy.orm import session. Session is the first thing that we need here, right? And HTTP exception, I'll not raise any exception from here. Date time, I'll be needing from datetime import datetime. And what else do I need? From schemas, yeah, from schemas, I'll import post create and maybe post as well and hashtag as well. And from my models, I'll import post. Now this post and this is same, so I'll import as a post schema like that. And this is gonna be my post only. And so we'll move on to, yeah, we'll define our first one, hashtag create post. Async def create post. I'll name it as svc. And this is gonna take my db session, and this will take my object of post create like that. And one more thing, this is gonna take my user ID, right? Now with the user ID is very much needed. There is one more thing, we can make a check whether this user ID exists or not. I'll just leave it for you. I'll just assume that the user ID is valid. So I'll just go on to create the user post. And so this is gonna be a post, and this will take my content, which is gonna come from post.content. User will provide me, and this will take image, which is gonna come from again the user has provided, location again user has provided, and the author ID is user ID, and I don't think there's anything else we required. And the created date time is gonna be default, we have already set. So I'll just do db.add db post, and I'll do db.commit, and we'll just return db post. Yeah, looks nice. And what else can we do? We can do one create hashtag from post content. Yeah, this would be very much required. Now suppose I'll show the example, create hashtag from post content. Suppose like user gives a content, hey, hashtag how, hashtag fun. Yeah, like that. So we need to create a hashtag of this fun, right? So that we can just parse it anytime. So async def create hashtag service, and we'll take one db. session, and we'll take one post. Now this post is gonna be my database object post. Yeah, this can be a schema as well, but I'll treat it as a database model for now. Yeah, right. And we'll have a regex for it because in the whole string I need to find for this hashtag, right? And so the regex for it, if you're not aware of this regex, it will search for this hash and followed by some words like that. And we're gonna put plus as it will have more than 0 words like that. And now what we'll do, we'll just find the matches and we'll import RE. RE is going to be our regex, and datetime I don't need. I'll just import re dot find all, and regex will provide, and will provide our post dot content. Now what we'll do for matches, suppose I've got multiple hashtags in it. Now I'll find the name. Name is gonna be match and one because I'll exclude the hash, right? And now I'll create, I'll see if the hashtag already exists for that. Hashtag is gonna be, I'll just import hashtag as well, and this will be hashtag schema. Okay, and I'll just search for it. Okay, and db, we're gonna make db.query over hashtag, and we'll filter it out over our um, hashtag dot name if equal to our name, that is we found out from the string, and dot first. Now if not hashtag, then we can create it, there's not an issue. We'll just create it. Hashtag is gonna be our hashtag, and this is gonna take just a name. Name is gonna be name because ID is auto generated, and we'll just add db hashtag. And what else do we need? I guess we can just commit it here. db.commit hashtag, not hashtag, db.commit. It will be directly like that. And maybe do we require to, okay, and there's one more thing to it. What we'll do is, see, post. Now this is a post, right? After this post is created, I'll have to see the hashtags in it, and this is a list, so I'll append to it hashtag like that. You see, in our modules, this hashtags is a relation, so it's a list, and you can directly append to it, and this will go to our secondary table as well, like that. So this is it for the create hashtag, and we can define this here as well for this create hashtag, or we'll do it from our views.py file from our views. Now we'll create one service to get users post. For a particular user, we need to get all the post. So I'll do async def get user post, and this is going to be a svc, and db session is going to take, it's going to take a user ID, which is going to be int, and this will return me a list of post schema, right? So what we'll do is we'll grab the post first, and post is gonna be my db.query over the post, that is a model, and I'll filter by, and post.author ID should be equal to my user ID. And what else can we do? See, there's one more thing that we can do, order by, so that I should get the first the I should get the last one, that is the latest post, as the first. So what I'll do, I'll import some DESC from SQL Alchemy, which is gonna make it in reverse order. That is what we need, right? We don't need it from the first one created post, but we need it the last one created post, like that, right? So what I'll do is I'll just put in DESC, and I'll just do post, and I'll need to provide the field over which it should put that order by, and which is going to be my created date, right? And instead of first, we'll take all. Now I'll just return my post. Yeah, this is going to be nice. And what else do we need? Yeah, as we have defined hashtag, so get post from a hashtag async def, and we can name it as get post from hashtag svc, right? Session has to be there every time, and we'll take one hashtag name, which is gonna be string. And now what we'll do, we'll just find out that hashtag first, and hashtag is gonna be db.query over hashtag. And what I'll do, I'll just filter by, and it's gonna be filter by, and yeah, filter by or filter, both are gonna work fine in your case. Yeah, and we'll just take name. Okay, if you're doing filter by, then you need not put post dot, right? You can directly put name. Yeah, and so what we'll do, we'll put in hashtag name here, and we'll just do dot first. Now we'll check if that hashtag really exists or it doesn't, right? And so if it doesn't, I'll return one empty list. Yeah, or I'll just return none. Otherwise, I'll return hashtag dot post. If you can see from here, we've created one post relationship. So now this has become so easy to return the post, right? From our hashtag. Now what else we will be needing? I guess we'll be needing get random post for feed. That can be one service because see, if you have seen an Instagram app, so we always need some feed, right? So we need to get some random post, right? Okay, so we'll create one get random post for feed. And the algorithm that we'll be using here will not do some out of the box or some data science. We'll just return the latest post of all users. Yeah, right now. We can modify it later on. So async def and get random post as we see, and we'll take db session, and we'll take one page. We're going to put pagination here, right? That which page you are on, and we'll also define some limit, right? So that we don't send some bulk of data at the first time only. Our front end should send us request in terms of pages, first page, second page, like that. Yeah. And what else do we need? We'll just put in hashtag. Maybe, yeah, if someone wants from hashtag, and this is not an required field. Yeah. So first of all, we'll get the total posts, right? When we are doing some pagination, first we'll get the total posts, right? Post, and we'll just count it. Yeah, like that. So I've got the total posts, and now we'll create one offset. Now offset is gonna be page minus one into limit. Now page minus one, so it's gonna be one minus one 0 into limit. So this means that we have to start from 0 for our first page. For our second page, we'll start from 2 minus 1, 1 into 10. So we'll start from our 10 post. So this is going to be like 0 to 9 post, then 10 to 11 post, like that. 10 to 19 post, like that. Right. So what we'll do is if we have our pages has got so large that the user is scrolling and we don't have that many of posts, then what we can do is we'll just return an empty, like that, right? And we'll just find out the post now, db.query, and we'll put our post, and we'll also put our, I'm thinking to put in some username so that we can join it by a user and we can get the data of user as well. That would look nice. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just put in user, I'll import user. Okay, this is gonna be really interesting. Models, and I'll import user. Yeah. Now post and user dot username. Now this is going to return me, it's gonna query over post and user table as well, but I only want username. From that, nothing else. And this will join over user table, right? And order by. So this will give me all the post and the username. And this will order by, we'll just check it out. Order by DESC, and we'll have it post dot created date. Yeah, because we want the latest post only, right? Now we'll check if there is hashtag that is provided they want for a particular hashtag. Then we'll just again do some logic over it, joining and stuff. So what we'll do, post dot join, and we'll put post hashtags, which is our table, of course. We'll import it. Post hashtags. We'll join this table. Now what we can do is we can join one more table to it, which is going to be our hashtag. And now we'll do the filtering part, and we'll do hashtag dot name, and this should be equal to our hashtag provided. Now this might seem to be confusing at first, right? But we'll need to join first user to get the username as well. And then for the hashtag part, we need to join with two tables, that is post hashtags and hashtag. These both will be required, right? Otherwise, you can also do one thing, like you can just loop over all posts, right? And find the hashtag is there. That is also fine. But that will be some cumbersome process, will take some time. This one is easier, but you can go for it as well. Yeah. So what we'll do, and we'll find out now the how many posts to return, right? We'll apply offset. That is from where to start. For page one, it will start from 0, and we'll apply limit and limit how many from there, and we'll just return all like that. So we'll create one result and we'll return it. Now we'll format how the result would look like. Now how the result would look like would be for post comma username also we are getting in the query, as you can see, and so we'll just query over it. And now what we'll do is I'll get the whole post, right, as a dict, right? So I'll just do post dot dict. This will give me the whole post as a dictionary, right? And inside that dictionary I'll just put in one field of username, and I'll just append it to result dot append post dict. Yeah. Now this might seem to be a bit confusing at first, but when you'll go over it, you'll frame some more examples on by yourself. You'll love it. And you can also go to SQL Alchemy and read the documentation that will make it more clear to you. Yeah. And so I guess we are done. Or do we need anything else? I guess we need, yeah, we forgot the most important one. Get post by post ID. Yeah, this would be required. Get post from post ID as we see, and we'll just take it one DB session, and we'll take one post ID. And what else do we need? I guess this is it, and we'll return post schema like that. And now we'll just return db.query our post, and filter post dot id equal to post id dot first, like that. This is for the individual post. And now we'll also need one delete post service, right? Async delete post svc, and what we'll do, we'll take one session, and we can take one, I guess the post ID would be enough for it. Yeah. So we'll take one post ID, which is going to be integer, and we'll just find out the post first. Post we can find out from get post from post ID, and we'll put in db post ID. And now we'll just, okay, sorry, we can just do db dot delete, and this will delete our post, and we also need to commit. Yeah, like that. So simple as that. And now yeah, this is also very important. What we need to do is like we have also defined some likes and unlike. So we'll need to define how the user can like a post and how the user can unlike a post, right? So we'll do like post first, and this is gonna be my async def and like post svc. Yeah, and this is gonna take my db session, and this will take my post ID, and I'll take username instead of UID. I'll take username. Yeah. And now what we'll do, first we'll find the post, right? So post will be db dot, okay, we can directly find from our function that we have defined, and db and post id, like that. If not post, that means this id is invalid. Then what we can do is maybe we can return some false. Yeah, we'll see how we can manage this false, or if we'll need to return something else in the views file when we'll be creating our APIs, right? And what else do we need? Or yeah, this false is enough. And what else we can do is false plus I can return one message, invalid post ID, like that. So I can catch it there. Yeah. And now what else we'll check? I'll check the user also. Yeah, we need to get the user from the username, right? So I'll just query over it. Yeah. And user is gonna be db.query from user dot filter user dot username equal to our username dot first, right? And now I'll check if the user doesn't exist, right? So what we'll do, if not user, and we'll return false, and I'll put it invalid username, like that. I'll catch it in my views file. Now we'll check if this user has already liked this post, right? So if user in post dot you can check from here, liked posts have been not created yet. Let me just check it. Uh, it should be there. We must have created post dot liked by, okay, liked by user, not liked post. Yeah, post dot liked by users. This is gonna work. Yeah, this is a relation, but we can loop over it because it's a list of users. Yeah, and in this case, return false and already liked, like that. Right. And now the user has not already liked it. So what we'll do, we'll increase the likes count of post first. Increase likes count of post. So what we'll do post dot likes count, and instead of that, there's one more way which is better. That one I like the most. So what we'll do post liked by users and dot append this user, and this is gonna be our len dot post dot liked by users, like that. So this one is a better method for us. And what else do we need? I guess if there we would have defined activity, then we would have defined one activity here. Activity of like, this is to do when we'll need later on. And what else can we do? I guess this is it. So that's it. Yeah, I guess this pretty much would solve our case. We can just do db.commit. Yeah, like that. Now, similar way, we'll even create one service for the unlike post, which is going to take my DB session, and this will also take my post ID and again username. And I guess we'll need to do the same thing here as well. I'll just copy it, and here I'll just check if not user in. So already not liked, right? If he has not liked it, so we can't unlike it, right? Yeah. So what we'll do now, post dot liked by users dot remove this user, and we'll update the count also, post dot likes count, like that. This is gonna work, and I'll just do db dot commit. Boom. Oh, sorry, I have just deleted it by mistake. Yeah, it works fine. And what else do we need now? I guess we are pretty much done with every service for now. Um, we'll create one service for this will be required. Yeah, users who liked our post, right? So async def, and I'll just create one liked liked users. I'll just name it, or I'll just name it as liked users post SVC. Yeah, like that. It's gonna take DB session, and it's gonna take a post ID. For this post, we need to find out how many users have liked it, the list of all the users. And this is gonna give me a user schema. So I'll just import it from import user as user schema. Yeah, this would look fine. So we'll just return from here list of user schema. Yeah, that looks fine. And so what we'll do now, we'll first find the post. Post is gonna be await get post from post ID db post ID. And what else can we do if post doesn't exist with this post ID? I'll just return an empty one. Otherwise, I'll find out the liked users. Liked users is gonna be my post dot liked by users. And now what I feel directly, as I've used ORM, so I can directly return liked users. If you haven't used ORM, then we'll need to do something like this return, which is going to be user schema and user schema dot from ORM, and this is going to take my user from for user in liked users, but we'll not require it as we are already using ORM mode. Or I'll guess if we'll need it, we'll see when we'll test the API. Yeah. And what else can we get? I guess get post from post ID we have already done. Users also we have already got, and um, I guess this is fine for now. Yeah. So we'll just move on to our views file. Yeah, here we'll define our API routes. Though our ultimate goal would be to create one home screen service as well, and home screen API as well. Like if you have seen Instagram in the home tab or the home screen, you'll just see the post of the users that you are already following. But right now we haven't created our profile, so we'll just skip that part. We'll come back to it later on. Yeah. So right now we'll just define our routes. Yeah, from FastAPI, import FastAPI, and we'll just do not FastAPI. We'll import API router, and we'll just do depends, and we'll just do status, and HTTP exception also is needed. Yeah. And from SQL alchemy.orm we'll import session. Yeah, session is pretty much required. Imported session, and session should be like, yeah, like that. And what else do we need? From database, we'll import getDB. This would give us session every time. And we'll import schemas, import post create, and also we'll need post. Yeah, let's call it as, oh yeah, let it be post. Yeah, we'll not need the model. And what else? From dot service we'll import as much as we can, and we'll import create post, delete post, and create hashtag. And we have get post and guess post from this, and get random, get user. And what else do we have? Like and unlike and liked users post SVC. Yeah, so we'll be needing all of these. Yeah, and so we'll define our router now, and we'll define our prefix. Like for the auth, we had defined our prefix as slash auth. Now here we'll define it as slash posts, right? And we'll define one tag, and tag would be post. Yeah, right, same like that. So now I'll define our first route, that would be to create post, right? And we'll just let it be. We'll not have anything the name of it, we'll just use the post, right? and the response model would be post. Yeah, it would return the post to me, and status code would be status dot 201 dot status dot created, like that, and async def, and I'll do create post, and we'll take one post which is post create from user. Then we'll take token. Yeah, we'll need token to authorize the user, as I've told you already. So we'll make use of that. And of course the session. Yeah. So we'll first verify the token, right? And so how we'll verify? Uh, from .auth, we'll use that service. From .auth service import get current user, like that. So we'll get the user, await, get current user, and this will take 1 dB and token. Yeah, like that. Now what else we'll do? Now we'll start to the create post. Now we'll check if the user doesn't exist. Okay, then we'll raise exception for that if it is none. If not user, raise HTTP exception. Status code is gonna be will unauthorized. Yeah, and detail is gonna be you are not authorized, like that, simple. And then we'll create one post and we'll call it db post, and this is gonna take our create post svc, which will take db, then post create, and what else is gonna take user id, user.id. Simple as that. And now we'll link the hashtags to it, right? So what we'll do, we'll do, or this part we'll do inside this only, create post svc, await, and we'll do create hashtags, like that, and this will take db, and this will take one post, db post, like that. I guess this would be fine instead of doing it there. Yeah, so we have this one whole function that is doing our post of creating the that is doing our job of creating the post. Yeah, and it will link the hashtags as well, and we'll just return db post, like that, simple. And let's just try to run this out first. Ubicon, and we'll have src dot main and reload. Let's just open our Swagger. Okay, we haven't imported it to our API route. Same as hot router, we'll do from dot post dot views import router as post router, and we'll include it. Yeah, like that, and we'll just reload it. Yeah, so first we'll need to generate the token. So Mohan, and Mohan is the password. Uh, let's just check it. Okay, we'll need to clear the database because every time we are making some database changes, we'll need to clear it. So I'll just rerun it once, like that, and let's just check this out. Okay, what's the issue now? Table object has no attribute models. Where is it? We'll just check it out real quick. Okay. We are here. Okay. In the authenticate we were, right? And authenticate, we were using this user. Uh, Table object has no attribute models. Post dot models dot post. Okay. I guess the issue was with the creation of the table. It was not able to create this relationship, right? Let me just import it. and I'll just put it here in that case, and I'll just delete it for now. Cannot import user. Why is it? Okay, that is post, not user. And we'll do post, and we'll do post like that, and boom. Now let's just check this out. Okay, yeah, now it works fine. So we'll have to sign up again, Mohan, and this is gonna be Mohan, and main is the password. We can keep the rest of stuff as it is. It is created and we have got the token as well. I'll just save it. And now we'll move on to creating our post. And token is there, and content is new post, hashtag new. Image and location is gonna be India, and I'll put in some random URL. Okay, 500 error. Let's just check this out. Okay, message created DT. Okay, we have got some issue with our created date. Okay, so we'll just check it out here. I'll just close this all and we'll come to our views. And so we are creating this post, create post. And here we're not setting any date time. So I'll just check my models. In models, I have set one date time. Okay, that should be UTC now. Okay, and let's just check this. It's still showing the same. Okay, maybe I've not set the right one in schemas. Date time. Okay, created DT is not int. My bad. It should be date time. Yeah, that was the real issue here. Yeah, so you see now the ID is 3. It has already created 3 different posts. It was just not able to return the response. So this user has the same 3 different posts now, right? So we'll move on to some new API routes. This looks so messed up. I'll just close all and I'll just come to our views just to keep it clean. Now we'll do the get post of the current user, right? At router.get slash user, like that. And response model is going to be a list of post and status code is going to be 200. So I can just leave it and I'll make it as a string df get current user post, and this will take my token, and db depends get db, and now we'll just verify it. It's going to be same here. We can create one function for it. That's not an issue. Yeah. And is there any issue with depends? Okay, depends as session. Yeah, like that. Now we can directly move to returning await, and we'll use our service get user posts, and yeah, this one, and this is got taking db and user.id. Yeah, is it no, yeah, we don't need to do any if cases here and raise any exceptions. Okay, so we'll move on to our next API and we'll test it out after 2-3 APIs are done. And get post of any user. Yeah, we don't usually need it as such, but let's just have it. Yeah, because other users shouldn't be allowed as such. If there's a public profile only, then in that case it should be allowed. So we'll have it. Yeah, right. And response model is gonna be a list of post, and the status code is gonna be 200 async df and get user post, like that. And we'll take one username and we'll take db session. It's gonna depends on get db. and this all is going to be a string. Boom. Username is our path param here, and we just do the again verification of the or see here we can do verify token, we can take token as well, so I'll just leave up to you. Verify token if you want to, yeah, right. Because we're not taking any user here particular, like for the current user, so I'm just skipping it for now, though you can have it, right? And we can just get user from user ID, and instead of that I just want to have one existing user would do my job. Yeah, existing user. Now user is gonna be await existing user db username and email. I'll just leave it as blank. And I've got the issue here. Uh, if db user, if it's not none, then return db user, like that. Otherwise, if it's this one is none, it will, and this one has got some value, this will be made as null here. So we'll just do it. And now what we need to do is we need to return their post, right? So return await get user post. This will take db. Okay, this is taking username. Not this one. We use svc and db and user dot id, like that. This seems nice. And what else? Get post from a hashtag. Yeah, we'll just have one hashtag and we'll take it from user as a path param, like that. And we'll take hashtag from user, which is gonna be our string, and db session is gonna depend on get db, and we'll just get the post, get post from hashtag svc, which is gonna take db and a hashtag, like that. We'll just return it. We'll just check it. Yeah, it's fine. And what else do we need? Get random post. Yeah, router.get. I'll just name it as feed for now. And async df get random post, and this will have one page. Which page you want? First one is going to be default limit. I just set it to 5 here, and hashtag if you want to filter it out by a certain hashtag, and one db session, which is going to depend on get db, like that. And this doesn't look nice. I'll just boom. uh, okay, it's not getting it in next line. Okay, we'll just leave it for now. And what else do what we'll do now, we'll just use our service that we have created, get random post service, and db is gonna take page limit hashtag, like that. Simple as that. Yeah, so we'll use this, and I guess we'll use one for delete post. Router dot delete, and we'll set it to posts only, and status code is gonna be status dot no content delete post, and this will take one token, and this will take one post ID, and this will take one db session, and it's gonna depend on get db. And now what we'll do, we'll verify the user first. I guess we have already there. Yeah, so this is good. Now we need to get the post, right? So we'll get the post, and I'll just see if I have created a service for that, for deleting. Yeah, I've got. So this is taking post ID only. Okay, so we'll directly put in the post ID. And I'll also check if that author ID and user is not matching. If I'll just do, okay, what I'll do is I'll modify this, and this will take one user ID as well. Or is it, yeah, not this one, this one. This should take and this should verify, or I think I should get the post here only. I'll get the post here. Await get post from post ID. Have I created it? Post from post ID SVC. I'll just import it. Have I not imported it here? Okay, I have it here already. And what I'll do is I'll just take DB and post ID. And now I'll check if post dot author ID not equal to our user dot ID and raise HTTP exception and same, you're not authorized to delete it. To delete this post like that, right? And if this all seems fine, we can just move on to await and delete post SVC and DB and post ID. Simple. This should work fine. And I guess we are now left with like and unlike. And this we'll check. First, we'll go to our UVCon and we'll check if things are working in place. I'll just reload it. Okay, and get current user posts. I'll just paste it in the token. Okay, I'll first have to get the token for that user. See, when you're dealing with the front end will store the token. You need not worry about that. Once generated, front end will store it. And if you want that I should show you how to create a React Native app, I can show you that as well, and we'll integrate these APIs there. See, it has got me all the post of that user, right? And what else? By username, okay, by Mohan. I've got the post of Mohan, and the best part would be by hashtags. That was new hashtag. See, we have got. I'll put new E, no post, null. Cool. And suppose all post, it has given me all. And suppose I'll set the limit to just 2. So 2 on one page, and next page is will just have one post. Yeah, like that. And suppose we'll delete post ID 3. Deleted, and we'll check it out. Yeah, now this user has only 2 posts, right? Okay, so we are pretty much on good track. Now we'll create one to like the post. And this would be to like post. I should make it as post, right? Yeah. And this would be my no content again. And status dot no content. And I have to take the post ID as a query param, I guess. Yeah, I'll take it as a query param. And I'll also take the username, right? And this is going to be DB session, and this is going to depends on get DB, right? And so what I'll do, I'll just should I do just await like post SVC. Let's just see what all I'm catching here. I'm catching one boolean. Okay, and in this case I'll just do return true and done like that. And we'll just check false, and we'll print this in our detail of the exception. Okay, so what I'll do just result and detail like that. And if result is false, raise HTTP exception, and this is gonna take status code, status dot there's gonna be suppose like conflict or conflict I'll put now. Yeah. And you can even what you can do like for you can match these also, like for these you can create invalid post. These can be or maybe unauthorized. right? Unauthorized or not found. Not found would be better. And for these, you can do conflict. Yeah, this you can do on your own. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I'll just put one detail. Yeah, I'll use the simple one here. Yeah, like that. And same I'm gonna do for unlike. Unlike is gonna have the exact same stuff. I don't think there's gonna be any change to it. I'll just copy it. Okay, this is gonna be unlike and unlike. And unlike is exactly same, we'll just return it true. Even if we don't return, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'll just put, and I've given the parameters db post id and username. And same here, db post id and username, like that. Looks fine. I guess apart from this, we'll also create the users who liked a post, right? Router dot get and slash likes, and we'll take post id, and this would return me user schema. Yeah, that would be better. Response model is going to be a list of user schema. User schema, am I getting it? No. I'll just import it from auth schemas import user. Yeah, user, and that's it. I'll just create async def and users like post. I'll just name it for now, and this will take one post ID, and this would do db session and depends and get db, right? And so what we'll do, we'll return await like users post svc. This is gonna take db post id. That's it. I guess this pretty much would solve our job here. Yeah, this would. Yeah, and I guess we don't need any other we can just have one get post by post ID. Yeah, we can have that. Uh, router dot get, and this will directly take post ID. Yeah, like that. Async def uh, get post. I'll just name it get post for now. Yeah, get post, and is it conflicting? No. So I'll just name get post, and we'll take post ID, and we'll set it to int, and what else? DB session. I'll just take it depends and get DB, like that, and I'll just return await get post from post ID and DB post ID. And okay, I'll just take it in this DB post, and if not DB post, I'll just raise exception to it, and status dot not found, and we'll set the detail as invalid post ID, right? Otherwise I'll just return DB post, and I'll also set the response model here. Response model is going to be one post, like that. Simple, fair enough. We'll just check it. But just to check these, I'll just create one more user, and I'll just name it Rohan. Okay, Rohan is there, and we'll just like Mohan's post from Rohan's account. And what we'll do, till feed we have seen, what we'll do, I'll just like. Now Mohan has got one. Okay, I can just put in Rohan. Okay, liked, and he likes the second post as well. Liked, and now I'll get the users who like this post. I'll do one. Okay, we have got Rohan who is liking this post, and suppose now I'll unlike first post. Rohan, and boom, 204, right? And users who like this post, I'll just one. Okay, there's no one now. For two, we still have Rohan who's liking this post, and post via post ID. We'll just check this out too. You can see now likes count has increased for this, right? and if I'll do 1, likes count is skill 0. So I guess these APIs are pretty much working good. So I guess we are done with our part 2. In our next part, we'll move on to activity and profile, and we'll try to wrap this whole project, and we'll also try to host this. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching.